What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Eastwood TV, and we have a special episode to help you get ready to come back to school now that we're starting to reopen in our hybrid model. I'm your host, Mr. Ramsey, and my co-host.
Miss Lena.
Let's jump right into the episode.
As always, guys, make sure your ears are listening, your eyes are watching, your mouths are quiet, and your body is still. This is some important stuff we're going to talk about.
Yeah, so we want you to really focus your attention today. Try to concentrate the best you can. Use your eyes, ears, and your brain, and try to always ignore those distractions.
So today we're going to talk about, like Mr. Ramsey said, lots of new stuff.
Talk about school is opening. And I'm going to come right out and say it. Eastwood is going to open again for the first time in a year. I know that feels like a long time ago, and I'm sure that you heard lots of things have changed, and they have. But the important thing to remember is that we're taking on this new adventure together. Please keep in mind, we have made these changes to keep everyone safe. For those of you that are coming back, I want you to think of Eastwood as trying something new. It may not be what you're used to, so we need your thinking to be flexible and your actions need to be guided by responsible risk so that you can accept school the way it has to be right now, even if it feels uncertain or disappointing. Before we go any further, I want to make sure I mention a couple of things. First, not everyone is coming back in person. Many students will continue in distance learning, and that's okay. Second, schedules are going to change a bit. And lastly, this is the way things have to be for the time being, but it doesn't mean it's going to be like this forever.
Well said, Mr. Ramsey.
All right.
So with that, we know you probably have lots of questions, right? You're talking about all these changes. They're wondering, what are we talking about? So today we're going to cover as many as we can today, the important ones. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is, what will school look like now?
Yeah, what will it look like? Number two, how do I check in, like at the front of the school or the back of the school?
And question three, how do I line up before class?
Mhm. How do I remain socially distant when walking on campus?
Number five, what does my classroom look like?
Mhm. How does dismissal work?
Probably the most important question of all. Is there recess? Is there lunch? Is there snack?
Oh boy, we got a lot to cover today.
We'll get to it, guys. We promise we will. So we're going to share a lot of information today to cover all those questions. And we understand that things are going to seem and look confusing, especially in how we're going to try to explain it. But we want you to always remember that for help, if there's not an adult around or you're not sure what to do, there's always going to be signs everywhere throughout campus, on the floor. So all you really have to do is follow the signs.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, there are going to be signs posted everywhere throughout campus. So signs reminding you to wear a mask, reminding you of where to stand in order to stay 6 feet apart.
There's going to be signs pointing to which direction you should go. Or if you are not allowed in a certain bathroom stall or sink or drinking fountain, there'll be signs that say, do not use.
Yeah, so basically just look all around you and you're going to know exactly what to do. So first question, let's get started. What will school look like?
So everyone will have to wear a mask at all times.
Yep. And everyone will have to stay at least 6 feet apart wherever they are.
And everyone will wash their hands often.
Often, that's important. Uh-oh, looks like we have some breaking news, right, Mr. Ramsey?
Yes, we do. There's a lot of changes, but this one is breaking news, brand new. So let's go right to it. Eastwood has new sinks and paper towel dispensers. Now, disclaimer, Miss Lindsay is showing us how to use the sink and the paper towel. She's not showing us how to wash our hands because you have to wash it a little longer than she does. But let's watch this video.
Wow.
Automatic. Don't have to turn it. Wave your hand. Paper towel comes out.
Nice.
Nice.
That's cool, right?
Yeah, very cool. Very
next
cool.
Question. How do I check into school, either in the front of the school or the back?
It's a good question. There are going to be, as you've guessed it, lots of signs and adults directing students and parents on how this process works. All we need you to do is follow directions.
So for the front of the school, each you're probably going to fall under either one of two categories. So you'll either arrive to school in your car or you're going to be walking to school. So each will require you to stand in a particular area on a specific sign. The orange social distance symbol are for the car riders,
Mhm.
and the yellow stand here social distance sign will be for those walking to school. So each sign will eventually lead you to the orange sign, social distance signs, guiding you to the front of the school. Okay.
Now, again, to remember, this is how the front of the school works. In the back of the school, where the buses get dropped off, or if you're walking from the back of the school, we just have orange signs and circles. So you will stand on those leading up to the steps, and then you'll enter the campus after you get your temperature checked. So it's orange and yellow in the front and just orange in the back. So here's how it works. Everyone's going to line up, and the markers and the signs are 6 feet apart. An Eastwood staff member will take your temperature and make sure that you have a mask to wear. And remember, before you even come to school, you'll have to answer some pre-screening questions, and your parents will help you with it. They'll ask, like, do you have any symptoms? Have you been exposed or around to someone that has COVID-19? And so you'll do those questions at home. You will come to school, stand on the markers, and then get your temperature checked before you come to campus.
Yeah. So that was a lot of information, right? And it may seem a little overwhelming in the beginning, but once you see our fantastic aides show us how this process works, you're going to think, this is a walk in the park,
Yeah.
piece of cake. So here
So
we
let's
go.
check it out. So we're driving to school. Passenger is the student. They're arriving at Eastwood for the first time in over a year. They get out, say goodbye to their mom or dad or grandparents, and stand on the circle. They follow the markers, and we keep walking. Now, if someone is in front of you on a circle, you wait. But if it's open, you keep walking to the next available circle. Here we go. The line is waiting. Stand on your mark and wait for your temperature check. If you get your clear temperature check, you're okay to go to campus. If you get it checked and you have a little high temperature, you have to go wait in our hydration holding area for us to recheck it to make sure if you're clear to go or you have to go back home. All right. The aides are doing a fantastic job acting. My
They are.
goodness.
Fabulous. Good work. Going on to the next question. How do I line up before class? This is a great question. Everybody wants to know this.
Hmm.
So your room numbers will be posted on a pole 6 feet apart from each class.
Uh-huh.
Every class number will have white and green tape markings to show where each student can stand. So we're going to take a little bit of a closer look. You can see them on the floor, but here's kind of a zoomed in.
Zoom and enhance. Look at that line.
Yes.
Okay. In this video, our supervision aides are going to show us how to line up. So let's check it out. Everyone's standing 6 feet apart. They're on their mark. Notice they're not running around or playing. They're keeping their bodies still and to themselves, waiting on their mark. And here's some extra marks in case other students show up. And you stand and wait until your teacher says it's time to go to class.
Awesome.
Yeah, very good job, aides. I'm gonna keep pumping
Okay.
them up.
Yes, they're fantastic. So next question. I know you're probably wondering, how do you stay socially distanced when walking on campus, right? How do we stay the 6 feet apart?
Yeah, that's tough. So here, first off, we need you to follow the signs. And I'm so glad you asked because the signs are going to be everywhere. The orange signs are going to be on the ground, on the blacktop, or the hallways. And they're just a reminder on which direction you're supposed to go. They'll be 6 feet apart, front to back, so that can kind of help you gauge how close you're supposed to be walking. But sometimes they're always not front to back, going opposite directions. So what you need to do is make sure you have space in front, in behind, left and right, and your hands behind your back or in front of you still, so that you're staying socially distanced. They're throughout the school, so it was not hard to miss them. but we need you to follow them.
Yeah, and here are aides again showing us how to follow the arrows and remain socially distant while walking on campus.
All right, so walking on, following the orange markers, good spacing, not touching, socially distanced. Very nice job.
Okay, here we're almost done, guys. All right.
Gosh, so many questions, so many changes.
All right. And this is an important one. And I'm sure a lot of kids are wondering, right? What does my classroom look like?
All right. Each classroom looks something like this. Each has a shield on it that you will sit behind. Our desks are spaced out 6 feet apart. And there's a 7-foot shield that the teachers will stand or sit behind while they're teaching. Now, let me just say, some have it in front of their table, some may have it in front of the whiteboard. Depending on where they're teaching, that will be the shield for the teacher.
Again, in this video, our aides are going to show us how to sit on our desk
Mhm.
and where our teachers will be. And I think they show us a clip of 2 classrooms. So we're going to go in the lower grade classroom and in upper grade.
Okay, let's check it out. All right, so the teacher standing in their station, pointing, showing, and the students are sitting quietly in their desk, paying attention, focused, raising their hands. Very nice. Very nice. Mask are on. Very good. By all people. Oh, upper grade. Teacher's reading a story. Students are paying attention again, sitting in their area. Very nice. Oh, there's a question. Teacher calls out. Excellent acting. Oh,
Good.
excellent acting. I love to know individual seats. That's the different. We used to having them in groups. So we have students have to sit individually, socially distanced apart, and we will have to make sure that we're following these new rules so that everyone stays safe.
Absolutely. Okay, there we go. Another one.
Oh, I don't want this question.
Yeah,
But
I know.
anyway, we'll do it together.
Yes. So how do I get dismissed?
Woo. So this is how it works, guys. And this is a map. We will again flush this out a little bit more and give your parents a more detailed plan. But if you look at our map, we have 2 gates that are open in the morning, gate 1 and gate 2. That's the only way to get on campus because you have to have your temperature checked before we enter campus. But then in the afternoon, we will open up gates 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let me break this down a little bit. Gate 3 is off the kinder yard, and that's where our kindergarten students will be dismissed from. Gate 1 will be where our first graders will be dismissed from. Gate 4 off the 50 wing will be where our second graders are dismissed from. Third grade will be allowed to use either gate 1 or gate 2 at dismissal time. And gate 5 will be for our fourth and fifth graders and Miss Shannon's combo class 3 and 4 so that you guys can exit through gate 5. Or if you catch the bus or have to live in the back part of the neighborhood, you can exit through gate 2. Again, it's a lot of difference because before we opened it up and everyone came from wherever, but now we have to be more safe and strategic. So please follow these gates.
Yes. Okay. And I'm sure this is the burning question for everyone. I know they all want to know this. Recess, snack, lunch? Yes, no? How are we doing this?
This is heartbreaking. So unfortunately, there will be no recess at this time. When we come back, we have a 5-minute stretch break. That's not a recess. And so snack and lunch, you will have those at your house. So families, if you're saying, well, wait a minute, what about the food and pickup? Students will not pick up at the NPR. We will still have meal distribution like we do now. So Mondays between 8 and 1, Wednesday between 8 and 1, and Fridays between 8 and 10. You can pick up meals, snacks, and food for your families. But we will not be eating on campus. And unfortunately, there will be no recess during your time in hybrid learning for the spring 2021.
Yes, for now.
For now. For now. Oh, special thanks to our Emmy, Oscar, award-winning supervision aides, the
Yes.
aides of the year. Thank you for your energy, your time, your gifts and talents in making these videos a success. But I want you guys to especially thank them and listen to them, as they will be very helpful in making sure everyone is safe when we return to school with all these changes. Oh, so that's Miss H, Miss Nina, Miss Lindsay, and Miss Becky. We love you. Thank you guys for keeping our school safe and helping us learn about the changes before we return to school.
Yes, thank you, ladies. We appreciate it.
Oh, so we got to the end of this video, and you still might have questions, but we hope this helps you kind of think, what does school look like? What were some of the changes, and help prepare you before you return to campus? We thank you for tuning in, and always, I'm your host, Mr. Ramsey, and my co-host,
Miss Lena.
and we'll check you out next time or see you on campus soon. Bye-bye.